students, I am Sediram from Nivedita Academy. My today's topic is Directive Principles of State Policy. Generally, this kind of a topic is very often asked in competitive examinations like TNPSC, SSC, UPSC, and Railway Recruitment Board examinations like that. So let me say something about this that will be somewhat useful to your preparation for these examinations. These directive principles of state policy are the guidelines or principles given to the central or state governments of India to keep it in mind while framing laws. Once a political party comes to power, in that election manifesto, they have to have given what they will bring as laws when they come to power. But this directive principles of state policy gives a direction to those parties. Within this limit, they can frame their laws. They should not go beyond these principles. These principles have to be kept in mind before they preparing bills for amending, for any kind of amendments or bring any new laws. They have to keep all these things in mind, these principles. First of all, this was instituted in the Constitution of Ireland. We brought so many things from different sources while framing the constitution. This particular aspect, directive principles of state policy, was taken down from the Constitution of Ireland. This gives directions to the governments to form laws, especially they give emphasis on social justice, economic welfare, foreign policy, legal and administrative matters. So these are DPSP, we say DPSP, we say it's a DPSP. DPSP means Directive Principles of State Policy. It aims at social and economic conditions, creation of social and economic conditions, under which a citizen can lead a good life. So a government, while framing the laws, should keep it in mind to bring social justice as well as economic justice and also political justice to the people for their decent and dignified life. It also should establish social and economic democracy through the welfare states. We know the people of our country, most of the people are under poverty line. It is the duty of the government to help the downtrodden people, to bring them up in their life. That should be the ultimate objective. And also it is the duty of the government. The people are the source. People have the right to measure the performance of government and its characteristics. There are policies, there are some articles, nearly Article 36 to 51. This constitution says about this directive principles of state policy. Article 36 says what's a state. As we have already discussed in fundamental rights, Article 12 says about what is a state. State is a government. It is a central government, state government, and also the local body government. So state refers all these governmental bodies like state, center, and then as well as local body like municipality, panchayat, corporation, cantonment, all these things. So then 37, Article 37 says about the principles, application of principles in this part. The provisions contained this part says that court cannot enforce any of the part of this law, but these principles laid down are that should not in a way affect the fundamental rights of an individual. It should be the duty of the state to apply the principles in making laws, not to curtail, not to affect the fundamental rights of an individual, a citizen. So the state, the government should secure the social order of the promotion of the welfare of the people. It should aim at the welfare of the people. It should give justice, social justice. There are different kinds. The people belong to different races, different communities, caste and religion are living in India. So it is the duty of the government to see what percentage is there in the particular community. Accordingly, the allocation of the seats in the job opportunities or educational opportunities that should be there for the people. So it should not be taken away by the people of other community. So that government should see all this allocation of seats to the particular community. The equal justice should be there for everyone, right? That is there. And then it should give the social order, minimizing and eliminating the imbalances. It is the duty of the government to uplift the people in their life. There should not be the rich people always becoming rich and the poor people always getting very loyal life. That should not be there. It is the government should to see all the imbalances. What are the imbalances available in the country? It should remove the imbalances. It should give equal opportunities in vacations, jobs, and everywhere. Every individual should live peacefully, happily, without any inhibition like that. And the state should secure the social order of our livelihood. It should see whether all the people are living happily, whether all the facilities are available to all kinds of people. It is the duty of the government, both men and women, children, men and women should live equally, they have equal rights. Okay, adequate means of livelihood should be provided to all the citizens of the country. And it should, the ownership, government should see the ownership of the resource materials to the people. The people earn money and they possess a property, it should be owned to them. The other person cannot come and take away the property of the others. So it is a common, a person should see, the government should see that the people of the country have their own rights to possess their own property in their own name, like that. And it should see secure the economic system of the country. The government should see that the wealth should not be accumulated in one's hand. The rich is always becoming rich and the poor is always getting poor, living in poverty. That should not be there. The government should see that the wealth should not be accumulated in a particular person, any person alone. So there should be equal rights. Every person should have the equal right to have their property or economic positions. That way the government should see that one. And there are certain principles of policy to be followed by the state. One is there should be equal pay for equal work. The same job done by both men and women, they should be given equal pay. There should not be any disparity in the payment. Anomalous should be removed. The health and strength of the workers, men and women, and even the children should not be abused, or they cannot be forced due to the economic necessity. So this, according to their age, they should be given their place. The children up to the age of 14 should be given compulsory education. Up to the age of 6, the government should see no child should suffer from hunger. They are given nowadays in every village, every place, the teachers are appointed. Nutritious meal schemes are available. No child is suffering from poverty without any food. Okay, all are getting food. So that way the government is taking steps. So the children should be given their opportunity. During that age of children, they should play. They should live happily, healthily. Their dignity, freedom should be maintained. Okay, this is government should see all these things, whether they are exploited, whether their morality or materials are abandoned, they are properly protected, the children are properly protected. All these things the government have to see by laws. Okay, so they have enacted some laws. Up to the age of 14, every child should be given compulsory education. The parents will be punished if they are sending the children for any job. Instead of sending them to school, if they send them to any job, the parents will be punished for about a 6-month imprisonment and 3,000 rupees a fine. Just like that, any employer gives a job to the children up to the age of 14, that employer will be given punishment and he will be levied the fine of about 20,000 rupees. So these kind of laws are enacted nowadays. Okay, right. And the equal justice and free legal aid. Suppose that the people are not getting equal rights, the equal opportunity, they are suffering from, they want to get some legal aid, but they are, due to poverty, they are not able to go to the court. At the time, the government should come forward to give the free legal aid to the people who are in the poverty line. So that kind of justice should be given. Everyone, no one can be denied their rights due to economic imbalance and economic disabilities. Okay, and then organization of village and panchayats. It is a duty of the state to see that the local bodies should function well. Every 5 years, the representative of the local body should be elected and they should take care of their places. They take care of the people who are living in that particular area. They have to fulfill their needs, necessities, especially in terms of health and education. Okay, so it is a duty of the government, state government to see whether the self-government units are functioning properly or not. So it has to see that. And everyone has a right to work. Everyone has a right to get education. Everyone has a right to get public assistance. Okay. So it is a duty of the state to see, duty of the government to see within its limits, within the economic capacity and development. Everyone, whether they are whether they are enjoying the right to work or education, to get education or public assistance in unemployment. Suppose the person have got or a person is in unemployment, there should be given some unemployment help. The monetary help should be given by the government. The old age people, they are unable to move anywhere else. They are unable to work in anything. They are not at all cared by anybody else. In that case, they have to be taken care of by the government itself. Sick people should be given proper care. So free public government hospitals should give all these facilities to the underdeveloped people. Okay, and there must be a provision for just and human conditions of work and maternity leave. Suppose now it is available, especially in the government employment. The wife is getting delivery of a child. In the case, she is given. First of all, there were only 2 months free leave with salary was given. Then it was increased to 3 months. Now it is up to 6 months. They are given leave with the salary. So it is the duty of the government to see all these things. Maternity relief should be given there, and then the government should see the people who are working in companies, whether they are in the government or private, whether the minimum wage is maintained or not. They have to see that one. The legislation, a proper legislation should be enacted in assembly or in the parliament to see that all the workers get a minimum wage, whether they are doing the agriculture work or industrial, or whether they are getting at least a living wage, they are getting properly, at least for their standard of, according to the standard of life or for their enjoyment, and whether that people are having any leisure time in that during the employment also, whether they are having all the cultural opportunities also, all these things the government should see. So it is a state government's endeavor to promote the people's life, and also it may arrange, it may organize some cooperative societies so that the particular area, any job can be created for the people. All the people can be the members of the organization, so they can also get some relief, monetary help they can get that particular rural area. That way, now the women's organizations, self-help women's organizations are created now, so they are doing very good work, right? The people, then the government can enact some laws so that the workers also can be the members of the management in the organization. So in that case, they will be actively working because they are engaged in that particular industry. So once the industry also will develop, as a result their own life also will, they also will be very happy. They live a very happy life also. So it is the duty of the government to see whether the proper to enact laws for the participation of the workers in the management undertakings. And the government should see, it should take some efforts to throughout the territory of India, as uniform civil code should be there. That should be created so that they will live, everyone will get a unique number, and using the number all the details will be furnished. So this kind of information can be given to almost all the people about any individual. Okay, that way. And then early childhood education and education to children. I told you already, the Article 45 says like this also. It is a government's duty to see whether every child should live healthily and happily with hygienic conditions. So no child should live under poverty, without any food. No one should live. So the government should initiate actions to open so many institutions in the country, wherever the children, every village, every town, every nook and corner of the locality, there must be some schools for children, and that they should be given some education as well as food also. So up to the age of 6, the government should give food And up to the age of 14, everyone should go to school to study. That kind of act should be enacted by the government. Okay. Then the promotion of education and economic interests of the scheduled castes. Scheduled castes should have their own place. They have got their allocation of seats, especially the job opportunities and also the educational facilities. They have to get the weaker sections of the people should be brought up in life. That way, the scheduled castes and scheduled tribes lives also, they should also get equal justice, social justice. They should not be exploited in any way. So they should be protected. Their life also should be protected from social injustice. Okay. It is a duty of the state to raise the level of the nutritious and the standard of living and improving the public health. The government should see that everywhere the health and hygienic conditions are improved. Wherever the primary health centers should be open, wherever it is necessary, the doctors should be appointed, they should be given their health requirements. Okay, they should be there. And it is a duty of the government to prohibit the consumption of liquor except the medical purposes. Intoxicating drinks should be avoided, should be banned. Drugs should be banned. It is injurious to health. So government, it is a government's duty to see all these things. But in some other states, we see that even government itself is running these kinds of business. Okay. Organizations of agriculture and animal husbandry should be developed. Okay. The government should see to give all kinds of help to the farmers, to make available of the equipments required for the agriculture, farming, and also animal husbandry. Hospitals, animal veterinary hospital, veterinary doctors should be appointed there and there should be some good preserving and improving breeds, prohibiting the slaughter of cows. This should be, the government should take all these efforts. Okay. And then the government should protect and improve the environment and safeguarding the forests and wildlife. The forests are very important for our life. The forest only cause rain, otherwise there will be a water scarcity. So the government should see that the forest should not be deforested. The trees cannot be cut down and it should safeguard the forest and also the wildlife. Wildlife also should be protected in the country. And it is a duty of the government to protect the monuments and other monuments of national importance or historical importance that should not be demolished. The old buildings, old structures, monuments should not be allowed to destroy. Okay, it should be protected properly, and that there will not be any spoilage or disfigurement of figures, destruction of these buildings, removal of buildings, disposal or export of all these things should be avoided. So it should be protected properly. The separation of the government should see that the judiciary should not be controlled by the execution, by the executive. Executive and the judiciary should work separately so that we can get the proper judicial system, proper justice from the judicial system. The judiciary is an adjudicating body and it should not anyway it can work. The judiciary can see whether the government is running very properly or not, whether the government employees, the executive is properly functioning or not. It can do. You can review the laws passed by the parliament as well as the assembly, whether these new laws are properly made, whether they are affecting the fundamental rights of the individual or not. It anyway it violates the constitution or not. All these things the judiciary should see. Judiciary is advising body to the government also, whether before the enactment of laws whether this act can be feasible to be enacted or not. The Prime Minister is actually a temporary executive. The permanent executives are only the people who are already working in the government. Civil servants only are they. So it has to see all that. The permanent executives, whether they are doing their duty properly or not, it is whether there is any complaint, go to the court. The court can direct the people to do it properly. Okay. And then promotion of international peace and security. As Jawaharlal Nehru said on 13th December 1946 in his speech, it is our country has the right, our country has its own place in the world. It also should participate to maintaining peace and harmony everywhere in the world, like that. So we also should participate in the peaceful act at the international level, peace and security. And we should maintain just and honorable relations between nations. And the government should see that no one should give unnecessary comment on which affect the interrelationship of the states or relationship which affect the international bodies or other countries, like that. So it is the duty of every person to see that there must be a good harmony maintained between our friendly countries also. So it should encourage the settlement of international disputes by arbitration. Our country also should take efforts. So these are the policies which are already in direct principles of state policy. We have to maintain before enacting the laws. Our government should see all these things. Okay. So these are given that. Okay. Thank you very much.